And welcome back, everybody, to Scales of Fate! As you can see, it is spooky season, hence why I'm wearing my hood today.
So spooky.
It's so spooky. When your DM wears a hood, you know it's bad. Today on Scales of...
You look like a turtle.
That's actually
That's
perfect.
not bad, yeah. You kind of look like the little elf dude from Legend of Zelda.
It's a Robin Hood.
Okay, so quick shout out to all of our sponsors. Thank you, Sunspell Dice, for all of your lovely work with our custom dice. You can check out their stuff at Sunspell Dice on Instagram. Shout out to all of our supporters that are sponsors / awesome people that love our stream, and you can find their links in the episode description below. I'll go ahead and get into a brief recap, considering popcorn was less than ideal last time.
I don't know what that is.
Lane burnt it.
Last time on Scales of Fate, you guys had begun with a conversation inside of the Dragon's Den, where a good old Hammerfist had said, "Hey, I'm trying to recruit you guys to help me because I also have dragon trauma. Surprise!" From there, Thalner had read a letter addressed to him personally from a certain Belmi Orzov, which was revealed later in the episode, not after the rest of you regrouped, finding that there was a strange, what appeared to be Paula Sorel-Lorai, sitting at her old desk inside of the Grand Spire Citadel. And more or less they had told you that the Shadow Flame Mother was no joke, that she had ripped apart her entire plane of existence and was essentially a contingency plan for old Paula, who said, if there is ever a situation where I'm not around and a Shadow Flame Mother is whispered in the wind, you must seek out one of my echoes. From there, you guys decided to essentially recruit her to look into researching Xeros's crystal shard. She had said, hey, it'll be faster if I take the crystal, and you guys said, nah, how about no? We did say that. Yeah, pretty much.
You're not my real Paula.
You're not my Paula!
From there, you guys had went back to the Dragon's Den to re-meet with this Hammerfist, who had more or less told you that he is an emissary or a nomadish type person from Shades Valley, the desert to the east. But not only that, he had told you that on his way here, he had shared a campfire with a man named Groff. Super eccentric man that more or less was very happy and excited to share his personal philosophies that balance is the harmony and the universal constant throughout all planes. From there, you guys had surmised, well, you know, our buddy here, old Hammerfist, needs some help. So we're going to go help him out to the desert, but not before Thalner had shared with the rest of the group that Belmi Orzov had written him a letter using his own personal and private name, one that you guys at the table have not been privy to, saying, hey, I know a thing or two about a thing or something, and more or less I would like to discuss those things with you in Heaven's Garden tonight. Whereon you guys had decided, yeah, that's a great idea, let's do that. Some of you had posted up in the garden early and hidden. Some of you had hidden themselves inside of the river that passes through said garden. JJ takes up watch within a tree, not too far away, but training his gun on the situation. And Thalner found himself back at the bench, where prior you had a conversation with Amara. And as the moon hangs high in this lovely, quiet evening, with crickets chirping and many, many a strange feeling abound, he had said, Radag, is it?
Warzone.
Yes, something like. He comes and he sits down on the bench right next to you. It's odd. Two Sunderkind, two kobold, quietly sharing the same space in a park bench. So, you can be forthright with me. Did you come alone?
No. park is full of individuals. I assume that's why we met here.
Well, more or less. But I'll also take your no as to some of your friends may be around here somewhere.
They insisted on following. I was persistent that they remain outside.
I do appreciate your transparency, young Sunderkind. For that can warrant a continued conversation.
I hope that you would share the same transparency. Are you here alone?
In technicalities, yes. I am more or less here alone.
I don't mean like emotionally.
I do not have anyone here that I can call upon to extract myself or harm anyone in this situation.
We got him.
So then we are here to talk.
Indeed.
Why?
Well, a couple of things. Curiosities, whims. More or less, I would like to break the ice saying I am seeking allies. And you and your crew might be just good enough for that. It's odd. The crack in his voice sounds exactly like Tyro.
I'm very good at that.
Thanks. Comes with my existence. Now, the first thing that I would like to inquire about, as I have it, you still do have the green dragon orb within your party's possession, correct?
If that's what this is about, that orb, we can be done now. I want nothing to do with it. I will leave.
That sounds great to me, frankly. But there are a few more things that I would like to talk about.
Okay, different discussion then.
Sure. But maybe we do a bit of a tit for tat. I have told you what I want, or at least part of it. Certainly you have some questions for me.
Then let's go tit for tat. You know who I am. Who are you?
Well, Belmi Orzov is a mortal name of sorts that I have taken upon myself. And
Go
that's-
on.
And that's about as much as needs be known. However, I am someone that has been more or less fighting draconic reign for the last several millennia here in this beautiful plane of existence that is the Levantian continent.
That implies to me that you yourself are draconic.
Well, wouldn't that be a dream? But no, I am not.
Then I guess the question is, rather than who are you, what are you?
Hold on. Tit for tat. You had one. After mine, my turn again. As I see it, you found out about your grandfather's disappearance and heading into Shades Valley. It's not a question. I know it's true. The question is, what do you plan on doing with this information?
We haven't really decided on anything in particular yet. You seem to have maybe a suggestion?
I may. Considering you know of the Dragon Orb and you're not necessarily hesitant to relinquish it from your custody, I would like to point out that there is yet another one that you will find out in that desert.
Well, I just told you we wanted nothing to do with the green one. What makes you think we wanted another?
Because, young Sunderkind, The gravity of these orbs are far beyond just an average soul trapped in a container. Supposedly, according to legends, though I was not there to bear witness with my own eyes, these are pieces, parts, aspects of Tiamat herself. And if that were the case, it might stand to reason that we should procure them from the control and the possession of chromatic dragons seeking to do ill about the country. Would you agree?
Yes, but I'm under the impression that you belong to this following of chromatic dragons seeking to reunite and wreak havoc.
That is a very long answer to a simple statement.
And one answer that I will not be getting, I'm sure.
No, the answer is I am not. I do not share the vies for power that the chromatic scales do. I vie for my own power, but in a world with tyrannical dragon influence, power is limited. You see, dragons are hard to control. They're hard to sway, influence. Humanoids are a much rather different story.
So then you intend to gather these orbs to grow your own power and influence over humanoids? What, by controlling Tiamat?
More or less by destroying her. If she's no longer an essence, if she's no longer a contender for future calamities, then I can help ensure that humankind and humanoids themselves flourish. Therefore, giving me a much more open sandbox of potential.
Don't you think that if that could be done, it would have been done by now?
When you're as old as I am, you'll come to find that some things, just because they should be done and could be done, doesn't necessarily denote that all of the elements and all the variables have aligned to do so. Give me a perception check. Spooky season.
39?
15.
15?
I only have a plus 4.
Not too far off in the distance, you hear a twig snap. The both of you look over in that direction and don't see anything. No menacing person or creature coming after you. Maybe it was an animal.
I would like to, in that moment, look over, almost, kind of genuinely confused. What was that? And cast Detect Thoughts.
Okay. You cast Detect Thoughts. And the first thing that you notice is that with this spell, you get surface thoughts. The simple fleeting ones that appear in our minds when we're just speaking to ourselves casually. Emotions. And a little bit of observation of surroundings. The first thing that you pick up is, have I been betrayed? You get the sense that he's thinking that you're planning an ambush. The second thing that you pick up is that this is not one mind. There is almost like two waves fluctuating in between each other, another surface thought. This one is just screaming no. Where were we? You know, if you were planning on ambushing me here with your friends, I could not tell you that. I could not begin to explain to you how poor of a decision that would be, and additionally, well, I had considered you the most reasonable of the bunch. We should strike an accord. Because, as of now, regardless if you have no want of the Dragon Orb, our interests are aligned.
How does it work?
How does what work?
Your ability to live for centuries if you are not draconic in nature.
You still with detect thoughts active. The thought is ancestors and ancestors and ancestors, and he simply replies, not all creatures are draconic. Not all creatures are completely finite, though. I am myself not infinite. So, the mystery of my existence and who I am, hopefully, like it has been for millennia, will remain as such. And to be forthright, I do not plan on sharing that information with you.
And you just expect me to blindly join into an alliance with you and accomplish whatever it is that you see fit?
No. I expect that when you and your friends inevitably fail, you'll remember this moment, and you'll reach back out to me. And he reaches his hand into the coat that Tyro normally wears, and he pulls out a small blue stone, polished, with a embossment with an elven ear on it. This is a symbol from me to you. He places it on the bench. That when such occasion arises, you can reach out to me. As long as our interests are still aligned. And speaking of, may I still presume that you are speaking in earnest in saying that I may be able to relinquish possession of the Green Dragon Orb?
What?
You said you wanted nothing to do with it. I'll easily take it off of your hands.
We don't have it.
Oh. Give me a deception check.
Bet.
46.
26.
You got a 21 insight. Well, then what would you do with it? Why did you seem so confident in saying that, oh, we don't want it? Did you hide it somewhere?
We gave it to the authorities.
The authorities?
And I'll leave it at that.
The same authorities that sparked the dragon attack inside of the city. You believe that was a good idea?
We discussed and made decisions amongst ourselves.
By this circumstance, maybe a partnership with you and yours was a mistake.
You just wanted the stone.
And future stones. And future intelligence on what the chromatics are doing. I have not lied to you in any given moment. Even when you asked, what are you? I said, I shan't tell you. It's not a lie.
Well, I got my own stones, and we're going to accomplish what we plan to do. If you interfere,
So,
we'll find out.
let me ask you this. If you were to never see your father again, would that sway your mind to procure that orb back from the authorities?
It's not a possibility.
It's not. He stands up. This is your final chance.
And yours.
Certainly. He begins to walk away.
I flick my bead of force at him.
Okay.
Bah!
So,
This always goes so well.
It actually did go really well.
We kind of figured out how to use it. I feel like I.
It only lasts a
You
minute.
throw it at people.
You don't punch it into them.
I would like for you in this moment to roll initiative. Just you.
Oh, wow.
Rollies?
Solo Inishi.
I'm rolling more than one.
That's not
That's not fair. We're more than one.
There's 2 consciousnesses in there. So.
Yeah, 2 consciousness.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think one of them is. Never mind.
I don't think that's a good thing.
That's not good. It's a halfling one.
Oh man.
The official brain
It's
of
tough,
the number
too,
2.
because you can't
Double
kill.
the lowest score possible.
What did you get, Thelner?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
I know.
5. Luckily for you,
It's an illusion.
Bellamy Orzov got a 6, so it's not too much different. But as you reach into your pocket to flick the orb, you hear the sound of a massive handgun being fired. And you look over into a bush and you see a hooded goblin aiming its gun, staring straight at him. And as that fires off, you see him essentially hop out of the bush and begin running in that direction, getting up to Tyro and Bellamy. And as he looks down and looks at the blood in his hands and he says, well, that was unexpected.
The force field didn't. Force field?
If I were you, I would stop that goblin. And as he says that, there's a shift in his demeanor, and Tyro's voice comes back very kindly. He says, "What just happened?" And he, not knowing what to do, like just kind of spends his turn panicking there. What are you doing?
Wait, is he shot?
He's shot.
Yeah, remember that goblin?
Shit.
Yeah, the one that no one stopped from going to go kill Bellamy.
I don't know what you're talking about, because none of us know what he's talking about.
Well, that was a reminder for the viewers.
How close is my character?
You're about 80 feet away.
And Thalner doesn't look in danger.
You guys all heard the gunfire.
The second
I imagine that I don't even know these people. I feel like I'd be rushing them down.
The gunfire is when initiative would start, but I will go ahead and narrate that you guys more or less all spring into action, and even so, the farthest away with JJ, you realize that the distance and with this lighting, you don't have a clean and clear shot, so you hop down and start running off in that direction.
Yep.
But, Thalner, what are you doing in this moment?
I immediately start sprinting towards Tyro, shout "Dad!" and cast Healing Word, and hoping that Rax hears me and backs the hell off.
So, you say that, and you heal Tyro. And in this moment, I will say that this will suffice for depending on also what you roll, you'd have to roll bare minimum.
How about bare minimum?
That's bare minimum.
You roll bare minimum and...
That's still 7.
Oh, 7?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, your charisma modifier. You're totally fine. Okay, so you shout dad and cast healing word and just kind of, so I'm guessing you kind of place yourself in between like him and Rax?
Yeah, no, I literally like scoop Tyro. Like, or my body is a shield.
Okay. At this moment, while everybody is all running up, the rest of you are coming up out of the water. Leon's kind of army crawling out of the bushes while the vole just kind of skitters away. You pull yourself up, and actually, it is Hammerfist that is the closest in this moment, just from reaction time and swim speed and all that. By that time, basically, Rax is essentially just trying to get around you, and he's looking at you. He's like, "Are you fucking kidding me? This guy was the entire reason why my family's gone. Move or I'll shoot you too."
My father? You moron!
You're a moron! Why would you live your entire life and not know that he's some criminal underlord?
He's not. Did you listen to anything that was going on? Did you pay attention
What?
at all?
Why would
Did
I
you
have
do
to?
Any digging or research? Why would you have to? You're just gonna go on a murder spree? You're an idiot. Walk
You're
away.
the ones that had said that this is Belmiorzov. About this time, that's when Hammerfist has been running up.
This body is not. Yes, the one that I was talking to was Belmiorzov, but this is the body of my father that you just shot.
He's like looking at him. Give me a persuasion check.
Do you get advantage for?
No, this is
Tyro,
actually
like crying.
This is disadvantage, actually.
Persuasion. Why'd you say something?
It would have been the same result regardless. He's a very angry goblin.
Ooh, dang, disadvantage.
Don't look at me.
It would have been a net 20 if it wasn't for you.
I guess it's just a 24.
Oh no.
Dang.
He's like looking at you and trying to move around, and then just looking at Tyro behind you, like in your arms, and Tyro goes, "Oh, Rax, you know me. It wasn't me. It wasn't me." And about this time, you guys all run up. Leon runs up. You're still a few.
So based on
Yosemite Sam stuff.
based on the demeanor, and you arguing with Rax, I feel like I'm preparing to swing at Rax.
Do it.
Okay, I swing at Rax.
Okay. Roll the hit.
I'm sorry, Rax. Spencer doesn't want to do it.
But Metal Man.
Not actively engaged.
That's going to be a 17 to hit.
17 hits his AC. Go ahead and roll your damage. You taking your second hit?
And he's dead.
Do you want me to roll to hit first?
That's what is Hammerfist doing? Are you taking your second hit?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what I do. I'm trying to protect Thalmir.
Okay, do the first one and then go ahead and roll the next.
Oh no, wait, before you roll the second one.
Hammerfist doesn't know.
Yeah,
that,
okay, I'll roll the
there's
damage
no,
for
like,
it.
Roll the
first
first
man.
one.
Just this dude shot at.
That's going to be 13 damage.
Okay. Shoot BBs. Okay. You go and you take your fist and you just swing right into him and connect. He wasn't even expecting something to be running up. You hear audibly a jaw breaking, and he basically gets knocked over backwards, and you can kind of just see it hanging there.
Oh.
And he turns and points his gun at you.
Okay.
No, stop! Stop, he's a friend! This is a...
Yeah, are we in initiative order or?
Technically, no.
Okay.
I try to hit the gun out of his hand.
Okay, roll the hit. I'll give it a little bit of a higher AC, but we'll see.
That's cocked. .26.
Yeah, no need to roll the damage. You hear that turn. Leon's yelling at you. You see Rax, and as he's about to like pull the trigger, you just kind of smack the gun out of his hand. You hear a couple of fingers breaking. You look, and you look over, and he's just like, "Fuck! This is my one chance. Who the fuck is this guy?" And
Stay
you,
down.
and you two, and the stupid rock. And this is about when JJ runs up.
Yeah, I kind of run up and try to go behind him and Can I grab him and calm him down? I don't know if it'd be grappling, but
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a grapple check.
And during that, I asked Thalnerf, "Are you okay?"
It'll be fine.
athletics? 14?
You get a 19.
Okay, I don't
So-
succeed, but I'm still...
Yeah, you go to grapple him, and he just kind of wiggles out of your hands.
wait.
And he's just holding his hand as he backs up from you. He's like, "You knew the whole time?"
No, there's been some sort of misunderstanding. I didn't mean to laugh there, but...
You're good.
It's
You knew
all...
the whole time?
No, it's been all a mix-up. There's something wrong. Like, this isn't how we planned it.
Give me a persuasion check.
I'm telling the truth.
It's persuasion.
Yeah. Gotta make him believe you.
That's a 1.
Bom, 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 bom.
He just flicks his eyes in between the lot of you, and he looks at you one last time and goes, "Ah!"
Why would I let you do that?
And he sprints off.
Before he sprints off, I'm sprinting up. I net him. I try to net him.
Okay, go ahead and roll the hit. So roll the hit and then a DC save, correct? Or is it just a DC save?
I think it's just a roll to hit. It's just a roll to hit. They have a DC save to get out on their turn.
Okay, so go ahead and roll the hit.
It's an artificial 20.
Dirty 20, okay. Basically, Rax just turns around and starts sprinting off, and Roscoe just kind of and tosses a net and just wraps them all up in it, and he starts rolling around, and he's just kicking and screaming at this point. Like, he's so frustrated and confused that he doesn't really have words.
So I run up and try and hog tie him.
Okay. You run up and give me a survival check. What are the rest of you guys doing during this moment?
I look up at JJ.
I'm running over to Tyro.
11.
I'm going to Thalner. I'm saying, what just happened there?
I don't know what Belmiorazov is, but he's not human.
What did he want?
Our help
Doing
getting the orbs because he knows we have one of them.
to bring back Tiamat?
No, he claims the goal is more to destroy the orbs forever and prevent that from ever happening, and therefore creating more humans to command and rule over.
Huh.
Down, if you don't mind, I would like to sit down.
Yes, I mean, like, I'm basically holding him at this point, but yeah, of course, yeah.
I'm gonna use the healer's kit on him. Or
Is he a
for my
threat?
feet.
Inch back over to the bench. And
His arm's broken.
No, not that.
Where did Rax
Thalner's
come
daddy.
from?
that's a fantastic question. I haven't seen him since the attack.
Okay.
No one is a threat here.
This is my dad.
Neither one of them are
Inch him
threats.
back over to the bench.
What'd you get on your healer's kit?
I'm very confused, but I stand down.
Dang it. That is what level is Rex?
What level is Rex?
Yeah.
I
just use
think
my level.
I had picked being 7.
Okay, so it's 5 plus then his number of hit dice, so 7, 12.
12? Okay.
Oh, not
just-
Rex. Sorry, I was healing Tyro.
Oh, Tyro is like level 2.
Okay, so
3 less than that.
7 HP.
Guess what, Dad?
7 HP.
Be nice.
Been drinking tea his whole life. Just,
Oh, he's definitely level 2.
Okay, fine. He's level 3.
Subclass.
So you
8 HP. Then.
you heal him 8 HP, and he's just kind of, and you kind of see like a slug actually peel out from the inside of his rib cage and drop off onto the bench onto the ground.
Oh god, I'm sorry. I didn't know.
A slug?
Almost got rid of my headache too. Meanwhile, Rex is just screaming and kicking, and after seeing, like, he's looked over and has seen you healing Tyro, he just falls silent.
I'm gonna go over to heal him too. He's not gonna want it, but it's okay.
You go over and you start preparing. It's really hard to perform triage on someone that's wrapped up in a net.
Yeah.
Do you want me to restrain him?
I can help.
It's not gonna make things any easier for now. We gotta let the dust settle a little bit. I didn't know, Tyro. I didn't know Rax that it was gonna go down this way. You said you wanted to kill Orzhov. I was like, well, for frick, why not? And
I'm sorry, what?
Rax wanted to kill Orzhov. I wanted to kind of kill him too, to be honest. So I just kind of let him do his own devices.
Rex just
Roscoe kind of just
spits
scoots
blood
away
into
from
the
this
ground.
entire situation.
Who's Orzhov?
I turned to Tyro. What was it like? I could hear you. I know you were aware.
It was like falling down a well that didn't stop. And the light coming from the well above was me seeing him talk to you.
When did this start?
I was asleep a few hours ago, I think. He looks up at the sky. Yeah. I was just asleep. And then that sensation began. And as I was falling down that well, my body was moving and heading here.
Was there anything unusual that had happened that day or the day prior?
He's gonna roll a history check.
Natural 20.
Oh. I'll take it on that one.
He takes a moment, waits for a second. Earlier today, I was getting some fresh spring water from above the city. You know how it makes the best tea. And for a moment in the river, I had thought I had seen some strange red lights. But after that, I blinked and they were gone. I don't know if that has anything to do with what had happened today, but it definitely was the strangest thing to have happened since the city was attacked.
Orzhov, basically wants us to go and find the other orb in Shades Valley and retrieve it. And he thinks he may be able to destroy these orbs. But the resurrection of Tiamat hinges on all of the orbs coming together. Why not just stick with one? If you destroy one, problem solved. All of them can't come back together. If he thinks we have the green orb but also wants another, I don't trust it.
Yeah, man, I don't trust that guy either.
Does he think
Plus-
we have the green orb?
Not anymore.
What?
Told him we got rid of it. We wanted nothing to do with it.
Who did you tell him had it?
I was kind of vague. I just said the authorities.
Oh man, he's gonna go on a rampage.
What, and kill the entire city?
Excuse me.
They already tried that.
What's this about a green orb?
It's like a gumdrop.
Do you know anything about orbs there, man? In your dwarven delving?
I mean, an orb is a shape. But there seems
Okay.
to be some weight to what you're talking about.
Well, I'm glad you brought expert opinion into this.
Yes. Roscoe's drugs
the
don't
answer
need to be
meant-
talked about.
The answer matches the question.
basically this tells me this Orzhov guy is not so powerful if he can't even go out to the fucking desert by himself.
There's gotta be something limiting how he can control people or possess. Otherwise, why not just possess Amora and run the city however you want? I mean, there's something that limits it. Something that, there's a pattern, I'm sure.
Maybe he can only control humans. Or, I mean, humanoids and, like, basically non-dragons.
Okay, but then any of the government, the council member that's like the head of the military that...
Zulgara?
Zulgara.
Yeah. I don't know why I can never remember that name.
True.
I mean, y'all haven't met him, so.
This spring that your dad was talking about, is that outside the paling?
Is that outside the paling?
Yes.
How much?
Maybe he can only... Maybe Orzhov isn't even in the city.
And he can't come inside the paling.
But he can come inside through someone.
And can only attack those that are outside the paling.
It's about this time you look over to the bench, and most of you with higher passives have seen it already. That blue stone still just rests gently on that bench.
Ooh, we should probably not be talking around that. I don't know what that is. Where's that?
Excuse me,
Where's
what?
that? Where's that bag? I grabbed that stone. Where's our bag?
You guys see Thalnor picking up a polished blue stone off of the bench.
Does it look like a ascending stone? Or moonstone?
I don't know, but it has an ear on it. Where's
Oh,
the bag?
the one, yeah.
I grabbed
Bag
the
holding.
Oh, yeah, I
We have
got
it
that.
somewhere. Like a nice fancy.
Yeah, I mean, I've
special.
got, there's like, we
JJ,
each
give
have
me
like
a-
5 bags. I don't know what you're
That's
talking
true,
about.
but
Give
this
me a
one's
history
special.
check
I
real
chucked
quick.
that thing in there.
We use those in the military. I'm sure.
The old walkie-talkie.
Yield walkie-talkie. That's a 15.
You walkie and talkie.
It is not dissimilar to Ascending Stone that you've seen that's military issue, but this one's pretty fancy in comparison.
Yeah, nope. He's listening. I chucked that thing into the bag of holding.
Fuck off!
Kind of have to activate it, but I mean, whatever. That's fine.
Just open the bag back up. I lost the game.
Yeah, that's what you.
He gave that to me in the event that we change our minds, or as he put it, we inevitably fail in our endeavors and require help.
So, from this interaction, we've learned that Orzhov may or may not be against the dragons, has his own motives, and your dad got shot. And Rax has a gun.
Had a gun. It's all.
So, really, we learned absolutely nothing new,
picked it up.
and her dad got shot.
You picked up Rax's gun?
Yeah.
Okay. Your old gun.
JJ's gun. Yeah, I was about to say.
Where did he get this gun?
It's mine. If you could tell.
Isn't that the same gun that he was shooting inside of the Bastille Caverns?
That was the one.
Good.
Old crusty.
He was very good at that.
I mean, yeah, to be honest, he made a good shot today, too. Sorry.
And had his reasons to do so. While they were short-sighted, make direct eye contact with him. While they were short-sighted and poorly thought out, I understand the animalistic thinking there.
You've noticed that he's more or less stopped wrestling with the net and has just been quietly observing you all.
I walk over and start taking off the bindings in the net.
You gonna let me bandage you up, dude? Just calm down.
He doesn't say anything, but after the net comes off, he doesn't move. He just sits there in the grass.
If you move, I will catch you.
He spits.
I can spit too.
Okay, all right, easy now. Easy.
I catch it.
I'll heal Rex for. You said he was level 7, 6. Did I say earlier 13?
I
For 13?
get on my
Okay. You see his
Force.
wrist kind of like snap back into place and his fingers kind of
Hammer fist,
realign,
and I kinda look at
his
you.
jaw just slowly seals back up to where it was, and he takes a deep breath in his nose, just. It's just silent.
Oh boy.
For what it's worth, old friend, Tyro says, looking over at Rex. I would love to explain to you what I have recently experienced, and I do not hold any ill will for the shot made. And Rex just looks at him. You see kind of a nod, but he just goes back to just staring at the grass.
Was him a cigar.
He lights it up.
Okay.
Was I able to hear what was going on with Thalner's conversation?
With
Where
whom?
was Thalner's conversation with Orzhov?
It was too far away, and they were speaking pretty hushed.
Okay.
I'm gonna take Tyro home and make sure that he's gonna be okay. That this isn't something that'll crop back up. Spend some time with him.
I imagine we're sitting, or we're kind of standing in a circle, right?
More or less.
So I just casually, stealthily take a few steps backwards to get out of the peripheral sight of Hammer Fist. Do I need to roll for that?
Yeah, give me a stealth check. Hammer Fist, what's your passive perception?
That's going to be a 14.
I got an 18.
Okay. Hammer Fist is preoccupied with trying to catch up to what's going on in the conversation. He's not necessarily watching you.
Computing.
I telepathically to Roscoe say, "You'll see the sign when you see it." And then I slowly get on my fours behind Hammer Fist and look at Roscoe.
You're gonna fucking hate this guy.
How drunk is Roscoe?
You did just wake up not too long
pretty
ago, and you were in the water, which was probably terrifying. I'd say you're definitely drunk now.
I pushed Hammer Fist.
Okay. So give me an. We'll consider this an athletics check at advantage.
It's like a grapple, right?
It's more of just a shove. Athletics check at advantage for you, Roscoe, and then you can do athletics or acrobatics and resistance.
It pops out all the time.
Is that what I thought it was?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a nat 20.
17.
16.
Okay. At first, he doesn't feel like he's going to teeter, and then you see Leon just kind of shift his weight into the back of the knees, and you topple Hammer Fist over the back of Leon.
You stupid.
Really?
Does that make you feel better, Rex?
He doesn't respond, but Stack is like, that was a pretty brilliant strategic battle maneuver. I'd like to learn that.
I stand up from prone, consuming half my movement speed.
And then take the glass that I'm handing you.
Victory drink.
It's what friends do.
That's what friends do. We are drinking and we are being quiet for the rest of the night.
I look over at Hammer Fist.
I take the drink and throw it on Leon behind me.
I say, this is how they bond.
Yeah, man, we got you.
Hammer Fist is just silent right now. Like, you can't read expressions on him. So he's just...
I kind of turned to Rex and then.
I was
watch
just
our
saying,
backs
after
now.
having
fine.
said what I said about now, we would have probably stopped and turned for a second, but Thalner and Tyro are gonna leave the garden. I
I stop and turn around briefly and say, I don't imagine we're the only people Orzhov is interested in convincing to head to Shades Valley to retrieve another orb. We should move soon. And keep walking.
And briefly, as
Surprised we haven't already left.
Thalner is saying that, you guys notice that it begins
Another
raining
shot
again.
fired.
A light rain, but
Yeah.
So, based on Thalner's comment, Roscoe now wants to go talk to the stables and see if anyone else has been, I don't know, checking out horse like wagons or some other expedition has been like kind of set up. That's a good point.
okay. Are you wanting to do so at 3:30 in the morning?
Yeah.
Okay.
3:30 in the morning. Okay. I mean,
I was just getting started.
I can go
Early bird.
do some investigating.
Okay. Roscoe's gonna go check out the stables. What else we got going on, guys? Thalner and Tyro are heading home.
Are we all staying at the tea shop still?
That's where I live. I temporarily in the attic.
He has like cluster of leaves and stuff.
Last I slept was in a booth, so
I mean, yeah, you guys are welcome to join.
I mean, I can go to my family home, but it's not really much of anything.
I got an attic we can stay in too.
Salvo, you have a family home here.
Where my family lives, assuming they're alive still.
There's more Salvos.
I've been sleeping in basements and
family in the
attics and alleys, and you've had a bloody family home this whole time.
Yeah, you have family in the city.
That's where I'm from.
Yeah, but
That's where my parents live. And
yeah, you've been here a while. Didn't like an
She's just like you never asked.
I didn't see the practicality in it.
After the, massive attack on the city.
I'm sure they're fine.
Okay.
I want to meet more Salvos.
You want to introduce me to your parents?
Especially after they shoot a kiss.
Okay.
Not a kiss. Not a kiss.
Their lips touch. Okay.
As you guys are discussing, at some point, Rax slowly gets up and he notices you guys all kind of watching him, kind of dusts himself off, shows his hands. He says, well, no sense in befuddling words. My plan for revenge backfired.
We got man. Yeah.
I
wanted, yeah.
I still want words with Tyro. And this is probably about the time that they had already left, but he says, it makes sense for a crime lord to not just be...
Hey man, if
My
you're still
neighbor.
looking for vengeance, I could use a hand.
And why?
Shit, I mean, go back to your house and just drink if you want to. That sounds fun too, but like, just because you fail doesn't mean you gotta stop.
Give me a persuasion check?
First,
Keep trying to kill him.
nothing fuels the body like vengeance.
You aren't after Orzhov, isn't the guy you're after?
9?
Yeah, you know what? That sounds pretty great. Yeah, he is. You guys, I overheard you guys saying he's the reason why the city was attacked. You had the stupid, spirally people bullshit and the dragon attacked and...
Yeah, but they're not together. Like, maybe they collaborated, but the spiral is who orchestrated the whole thing.
I mean, I think Orzhov's still a dick, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go have that drink. For what it's worth, JJ, thanks for not stopping me. And
Well, I mean, I'll let you know if there's any information about him. I mean, I want him dead too. So I got him a gun. My gun back.
he takes it, and he looks at it for a second, and he kind of like puts it away, and he says, I'd rather tell him myself, but next time you see Thalner, if it's before I do, tell him I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Let's go have that drink, halfling.
Well, I mean, yeah, we could drink while we walk, but
I don't care.
Have one for me.
We're already drinking. Starting to pour.
I hand him his own flask.
You hand him the flask.
I got multiple.
He chugs it pretty quick. So, real quick. you're gonna go drink and walk with Rax, probably check out the stables at some point. What is everybody else doing? You're going home with your father.
Sleep. I assume in my mind that we're still all planning on leaving for the desert tomorrow, so getting sleep.
Okay. So you're basically escorting Thalner and Tyro back.
Yeah.
Okay. Hammerfist, JJ, Salo.
I'd probably accompany Roscoe and seeing what's up with vehicular transport.
Okay. So
We did bond.
Fists.
fist bonding. So Roscoe, Hammerfist, you guys are gonna go check out the stables. Salo and JJ, what are you guys doing?
Can I have checked on my family at some point during the time skip?
A little late on that.
He opens the door, it's just like corpses cut in half.
I don't want it to be a
Blood
whole
all
thing.
over.
He's like, wait, I'm not.
No, I mean, this is a yes or no thing. So dragons or letters. Pick one.
Dragons or letters?
Yeah, dragons or letters.
Fitty fitty.
Oh, letters.
Oh, nope, redo. Wow, there's a
Automatic
big belly
fail off the
boy right
table.
over there.
There we go.
Here, you
Is
big
this a
belly
coin flip to see
boy.
if my whole family's dead?
Yeah.
Letters. You did go to check and see your family. Any words of concern that were emotionlessly asked of them? They basically had your father basically had said, "My dear, no, we have simply just closed off our building, and you know that we got dragon-proof technology years ago.
Figured as much.
Keep it to yourself.
I appreciate the concern. Do you need any money?"
Dragon-proof tech.
So I didn't even-
Daddy's little girl.
The daddy's girl.
Well, you did hear about my research island, correct?
And your mom kind of steps in. She's like, "Oh, yes. Off the coast, was it?"
Yes. Destroyed by dragons, paling, destroyed, or at least taken over. I'm not sure.
Oh dear. And your father steps in. "Oh, it seems everything's being destroyed by dragons these days."
I am about to embark on a new expedition at the behest of some sponsors. Additional funding wouldn't hurt.
Oh, well. Just give your father an estimated banknote and come back to us before you leave, dear.
Okay.
The old credit card.
My daddy will pay for it.
You old daddy's credit card.
As you leave, before we end that brief scene, as you leave, you're kind of walking out the door, and he said, your father perks up. "Oh, and there's some mail for you on the coffer right next to the front door, dear." And you procure your mail, and we'll get back to that some other time.
Okay. Cool, their lives good. Yeah, that's nice.
Okay, so you checked on your family. Are you gonna head back to the tea shop? What are you gonna do? Whoa, what's happening here? Hello? Elven Tree City.
No, they're Vidalcan. They don't laugh.
Yeah.
I think that was a cough. Vidalcan cough.
Yes.
Yeah, my desire to be independent outweighs my want to stay here. I think about it for a moment, I'm like, my old room, nice, big, elegant room. No, I'll go sleep on a booth at a tea shop.
So Salvo joins Team Steep in the Cups. JJ, what are you doing?
JJ's a little lost for words or thoughts right now.
I think the most confusing part for him right now is just that Rax is going with Roscoe and getting drunk.
Yeah. It's like normally I would go and spend time with Rax, but tension's a little,
Tense.
tense. Yeah.
Tensions, real tense.
I think he just goes for a walk in the rain.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hides his tears.
Anime is class.
So, as
Probably
you
towards the clinic.
are going on this walk in the rain, first you're passing through the parts of the Heavens Garden that lead you down into the closer areas south to the trade and nearby to the trade district. A couple hills up, you notice that Your therapist's house is down that way, but it's late. Or is it early?
Where's the chest on top?
You keep walking as mud begins to lick up your boots and your pants, and
Nice.
you're soaked head to toe. You already know that you're going to have to treat your guns when you get home. And as you continue walking, something curious happens. You look up past the paling towards the moon. Give me a perception check.
Oh boy.
A shooting star, please be a shooting star.
When you. Okay. That is.
Very good.
Yes.
What'd you get?
25.
Unmistakably,
Oh boy.
the shape of a large 60-foot dragon passes by the silhouette of the moon.
Where's JJ? Poor JJ. It's just gonna be like, don't look up, don't look up, just don't look up.
But from there, we're going to go on break.
Must have been the wind. It's all right.
All right, must have been the wind. Okay, guys, so that has been the first part of today's stream. We're going to go take a quick 15-minute break, stretch our legs, get some water. If you have not drank any water at home, please do so. Take care of yourself.
Good for you.
Yeah. And we'll see you back here in just a few minutes.
Bye.
And welcome back to Scales of Fate. Yeah. It's raining. JJ, you see that shadow pass over the moon ahead. And you stop,
It's kind of like this.
panic gripping you for a moment. But it's quiet. And it's still. And it continues to pour down rain. What are you doing?
Kind of just mutter. Oh, son of a bitch. Fucking more dragon bullshit. I normally would be like way more panicked, but slowly becoming more used to the fact that this is a reality. And I get the vibe that this is just more like freaking vultures circling more prey or coming back for seconds or whatever, rather than like something truly ominous. I mean, it is ominous, but I just keep walking. I'll talk to somebody about it later.
Okay. We'll pan over to Roscoe. Stack is with you.
Both the constructs.
And yeah, both constructs are with you. One big, one small. And Rax more or less had been following you up until the point that you had passed his shop, in which, through passive perception, you saw him leaving, but he essentially just Irish goodbyed and went back into his shop.
Rax, man, where you going? The night's young.
He turns and he looks, and you kind of see him for a moment. You think that he's going to come back, but he just shakes his head and he goes back into his shop.
I wanted to ask him one question before he went when we were drinking and walking.
Roscoe, it looks like you want to ask him a question, but he's being a baby.
Rax, you're from here, man. How many stables are in town?
Kind of pops his head back out. If I tell you, you leave me alone.
For now.
Works for me. What kind of stable? Horse?
Yeah, like horse vehicles. Like if someone wanted to like go on a big trip, where would they go? Is there a few spots?
Yeah, I guess the biggest, I forgot the name of it. Big old stable thing. Whatever. It's over by the south gate. You can't miss it.
All right.
He heads back inside.
South is this way.
What he said.
Good, 'cause that was my next question.
Yeah.
I only know directions. Cardinal.
You guys head out towards the south gate, and more or less you get to the stables, and there seems to be zero activity. It's very late at night. It's probably about 4 a.m. You do see a older tabaxi gentleman, just kind of like got a hunch in his neck, scraggly fur, walking on a cane. It's still raining. He doesn't care. It's just kind of like sloping off of the front of his hat, and he turns over to unlock a latch in front of the main stable gates and opens it up. And by the time he does that, you guys walk up, and he turns and he goes, "Hey, what you want?"
We're looking to check out.
Yeah.
We need to rent some vehicles, some horses.
No, stables aren't open yet. Come back in the morning.
You're here right now.
I'm tending to my babies.
Oh yeah, I mean, can you tend to them and like get them all ready to go, or are they already checked out to someone?
Yeah, a pressy little one. He like pokes his little.
Yeah, well, you're gonna get hypothermia out here without warming up your insides.
Hey, look. Oh, can't say no to a bad drink. And that's a bad drink. All right. You've convinced me. I will sell you horse and tackle in 1 hour instead of 2.
All right.
What do you need? What do you need to get ready?
We need. You got a big vehicle? I got like a crew. I'll pay you double if you give me information.
Hold on. We need to break this down. Are you two constructs with him?
Yes, we're with Roscoe.
He's my best friend, and typically you're quiet when you drink. What does that mean?
We're looking for. Well, I guess. What do we see here? Are there like wagons or?
He hasn't opened up the shop quite yet.
Do you have wagons?
Yeah, well, we have a few wagons. They're not necessarily all terrain for the mountainside. Where are you going?
We're making our way towards the desert. We just need to make it to the desert. I've got it carried. I've got us covered from there.
Well, your construct friend's a bit heavy for a horse. You definitely would need a wagon. Getting down the mountain's not a problem. Getting to the desert, well, that's another thing. I would recommend more or less sending the wagon back once you make to the forest line. It'll be virtually useless there, but how many horses do you need?
What's wrong with going to the desert with a wagon?
Not anything necessarily. You'll have to take the long way around so that you can actually tread the roads, and then you're out in wide open spaces, and it's dangerous.
How are we supposed to send a wagon back?
Yeah. Well, I could send one of my folks with you at a premium.
I mean, how about at a discount? Because then you get the wagon back.
Getting the wagon back is part of the deal.
I mean, we could just keep the wagon.
Well, if you keep the wagon, then I'm going to have to charge you more up front.
So it is a discount.
Sure, yes. I like your bargaining prowess. Yes.
You have any other wagons checked out recently?
Who's asking?
I am.
Oh, I see that. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It truly is terrible swill. You should try the scotch from the southern plains. Anyways.
Nope. Is that the desert?
I don't want to. Nope, definitely not. You'd only get like Onkeg powder from there. The youth.
Anyways, me and my friends in town have chartered a race competition who can get to the desert first, and I'll pay extra to make sure that they can't leave.
He says, you see his eyes light up. He says, a competition, you say?
Yeah.
Of who can get to the desert the fastest, you say?
And I'm highly
means a lot to
proficient.
me.
And I'm highly proficient, one might say, in driving.
Well, let's see. And he starts scratching his chin and he goes, I would like it if you were to win a race, especially in my name.
Oh yeah, we'll plaster your name all over.
Yes. Taliver Bandersnatch the Third.
You're gonna have to spell that out yourself on the banner.
Well, it's on all of my wagons. You don't have to worry about that.
Do you have a competing wagon firm in town?
The Crinkles.
Yeah, I've heard bad things about
I
that.
despise the Crinkles.
Help me beat them.
Well, are the Crinkles in this race too? Is that
I assume. I mean, like, who else is gonna be the competition?
Give me
You
a
don't
de-
know anyone.
Give me a deception check.
I'm using lucky.
Okay. Anticipation.
That's a 1.
Patient.
There we go. That's a artificial 20.
Manufactured.
Oh, those dang Crinkles always stirring up competition with the transportive speeds. Well, I'll tell you what, no Crinkle will defeat me on this eve. How many horses do you need?
The more horsepower, the better.
What? No,
It's
that's-
suiting for the name Taliver Bandersnatch.
Well, you're absolutely right. Your construct is rather intelligent. No, the wagon only needs 2 horses to pull it. You could do 4 and go faster, but it makes it more difficult on them in the long run. But
Well, yeah.
how many horses total do you
We
need?
got 6 people in gear. We got to get to the desert as fast as possible.
7.
7, you say? And the
Oh, yeah.
Crinkles, they're going to be traveling lighter. They're going to have less people, and they're not even going to take a wagon. I will start.
So upset.
Listen, if you beat those Crinkles, you rub it in their faces.
Oh, I will.
I will lend you the wagon gratis. The horses you'll need to pay for, as you know, I can build another wagon, can't necessarily build another horse or horses. So, how long will this race be venturing?
You tell me, how fast can we get to the desert?
On my horses, minimum 4 days. Minimum.
All right, well, 4 days.
Well,
And I'll do you one better. If you tell me where the Crinkles are, I'll help slow them down.
You can find the Crinkles right across the street there. You look across the street, and there's like
Walgreens.
there's literally when you looked at his farm like stable house, it was like old, well built, well architectured, but old. Like the paint had faded, the lacquer was gone. You turn across the street, and it looks like just the nicest version of a tackle shop, like a fresh paint. There's a sign next to the door that's like, "Howdy, y'all," and more or less he says, "You can find them across the street."
I'm immediately disgusted with their establishment.
Yes, they
And I
think
spit on the ground.
They think that money means quality.
It doesn't. Trust me. I mean, look at me. I'm the highest quality, and I don't use any money.
Well, you don't look like you could stand up straight, but
Standing up straight is how they get you.
Hammerfist scratches his head and like has a little bit of feeling of regret. Maybe we should have gone to the Crinkles. He's just like
You're doing that, and like you kind of like
emotionless.
you look down. You just emotionless, scratch your head. You look down, and Stax just kind of like shrugs his shoulders, and he's like, "Roscoe knows what he's doing at all times. Don't worry."
All right, how long is it going to take you to get our setup ready?
I could have. When does the race begin?
An hour ago.
An hour ago, hold on, and he just like kind of pulls out a tooth and like speaks into it. He's like, "Sally, no, Roger, no, wake the boys up. Get them all ready to go. We have until dawn. We ride against the Crinkles." No, yes, I'm sorry, I didn't pull the laundry out of the wash last night. Honey, can we talk about this when I get home? Okay, yes, bring the boys, all of them, all of them, yes. Okay, Love you too, bye.
The whole litter.
The whole litter. And he says, I will have the horses ready in 30 minutes or less.
That sounds great.
He's ignoring you and opening up the stables, and
You guys need to go find our friends
Let's gather our
and tell them I need to go check out the crinkles.
Roscoe.
Roscoe,
We're not really doing a race.
we're not really doing a race.
Yes, we are.
It's just hammered at the
Roscoe, I don't know if that's a good idea.
That's why I'm doing it alone. You go find our friends.
I grapple Roscoe and drag him.
Okay.
No.
Stack helps the grapple.
No, Stack just
You want me to
learned how to
advantage that?
stand behind someone.
Stack.
I Stack and go, Stack, do the move.
He's conflicted. Okay, so you go to the grapple. Hold on a second. You go to the grapple, and Roscoe's just kind of fighting it, and he goes, Roscoe's never wrong, but we don't need to be breaking into other people's houses.
I'm not
Roscoe.
gonna break into their house.
This
I promise
put
you,
Roscoe
I'm not.
in danger.
I'm not going inside the house.
I need you to give me flat charisma checks on both sides.
Oh, flat. Okay.
Yeah, flat charisma check.
Because it would be
Just
a
like
lot
our
worse if it
normal
wasn't
charisma
flat.
modifier.
Yes, just charisma modifier from Roscoe. Charisma modifier.
Wait, with modifier?
yeah, yeah.
That's another lucky.
How many luckies do you have left over? Oh, you did just
I
long
just-
rest.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Classic Roscoe blows luckies on the vat.
That's a 12.
14.
But I should get. I mean, Stack knows me. He doesn't even know this guy.
But you didn't hear what I used as the ammo.
He goes,
Roscoe might be putting himself in danger.
Roscoe is not allowed to put himself in danger. That's what the entire group said, especially Salvo. And he grabs onto your legs. You can roll athletics to break out of this grapple. It is at disadvantage, and it's against the advantage that Hammerfist has because Stack is helping him.
It's also double grapple.
It is a grapple, so you can use athletics or acrobatics.
Acrobatics.
That's good.
Lucky.
You have.
That's not good
19.
enough. 23.
Roscoe, it'll be over soon as long as you just stop
Why are
squirming.
my friends fucking up my shit?
Also, if that was disadvantage, you'd roll a third time. And use the worst of the three.
It doesn't matter.
Long story short, Hammerfist and Stack just kind of, until you stop squirming, kind of bring you back to the tea shop. And once you start squirming, Stack's the first to let go. And still, with Hammerfist still holding on to him, Stack's like, I would like to say, Roscoe, my friend, my pal, how are we supposed to leave in 30 minutes?
By getting everyone the fuck up.
Okay.
And then I pretend to pass out.
He's asleep. Should we go to sleep?
No. We ride at dawn.
We ride at dawn.
And so I essentially take out one of my hands and turn it into a large gong-like plate, and then the hammer, and just try to wake up everyone in the
Inside
shop.
of Steep in the Cups, you guys hear just from the outside.
It's been like less than an hour.
It has been, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I took a 30-minute power nap and then
Sorry I did so good.
started cooking some sausage just on the grill, some breakfast sausage, and doing some morning workouts and stretches. So I'm already up. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, you rush outside.
No, I did 30-minute power nap.
You rush outside screaming, "Dragon attack!" And you just see Roscoe being, like, pretending to be asleep, half restrained by Hammerfist, and Stack just kind of waddles up to you and he's like, Roscoe was trying to mess with the Crinkles, but then we decided that messing with the Crinkles was a bad idea. But we're racing the Crinkles tomorrow, so we can get to the desert before them. I don't think the Crinkles are racing.
I opened one eye and I just kind of looked at you with one eye open, like.
This is gonna be a race for the ages.
The short of it is we've procured a ride. You all can sleep in the wagon. I'll drive.
Let's do that.
It's about this time that JJ like turns the corner and sees all of you guys talking to each other. He looks very tired.
I hope you rested well, JJ.
Totally.
Time to go.
We're leaving right now?
You can sleep in the car.
Roscoe's procured.
That's all fine and dandy, but there's a... You know, what's its...
Don't say it.
your favorite?
Don't say it.
Fine, you say it.
A dragon?
Inside the paling?
No, he's just...
Oh, that's probably just the desert dragon that Metalhead was talking about.
it was the
If the... Was it the long night?
The longest night.
If the longest night was here, we all wouldn't know it because we'd all be dead.
Yeah, that's probably the Sun Eater? Right?
60 feet.
Eater of the Sun, something about
Sun Eater,
The
Spencer
nighttime
confirms.
one.
Yeah. that was the black one.
Yeah,
Or
the
Big
one that
Blue.
attacked Paula.
Over the table, it was a Sun Eater.
Who hates humans and all
The one.
of their dragons.
Yeah, that one who killed Paula Prime. Paula 616.
I just want to, over the table, give an idea of Leon's mood right now. It's almost like the night before Disneyland where you could. And so I'm like packed. We don't have the wagon yet, but I'm ready to go.
You keep like unpacking your backpack. Like, do I need? Oh, probably need. And then you keep adding to it. It gets too full, so you unpack it and repack it.
He's got like 2 rocks, a piece of linen,
And a bunch of claws.
like the dragon parts. Like, maybe I should leave this one behind. No, I'm taking it too.
Salvo, always packed and sleeping in clothes, just stands up and is like, okay.
I would have spent this past hour with Tyro, like talking to him and trying to find out if he's okay, and probably casting Detect Thoughts again with his permission to delve into his mind and see if there's any unwanted guests.
Okay.
I dig it.
He grants you that permission. And he shows you the memory. That conceptual of falling down the well. And you're there with him. Though you're not necessarily falling yourself, you get the feeling, the panic, the disparity that is said falling. He's seeing the trek up to the garden. He's seeing you. He's seeing sitting on this bench next to you. He hears echoes reverberating off of walls of the conversation that ensues. And then it comes back to what you know. The two of you begin to converse some more, and you more or less are digging into the memory that you had asked him of, what do you know about this? Has anything strange happened? Tyro, in this moment, has more or less stripped down to a primalistic type garb. Sunderkind are vast. There are very many throughout the region, and if one were to walk about the lands beyond the city, easier said to do when looking like a normal Sunderkind that's wild and outside of the Bastion city. You see him with a couple of shoulder-weighted vessels of water, walking up to a stream within a river, dipping them both down and holding them there, pulling it up, taking out a ladle and taking a big drag from one. And as he quietly contemplates life, hot air blowing out through his nose as he breathes, he looks over. Give me a perception check. see a wash of red lights folding, being obfuscated and diluted by the running stream of water. He blinks, and they're gone. Kind of shakes his head, dips the folds back into the water, pulls the dregs up, and begins walking down the mountain with them. That is all you see. You do not sense any sort of continued presence. You do not sense the second wavelength, as it were, that you had before. And after such, Tyro mentions to you, I'm sorry that in any capacity I have caused inconvenience for you and your friends.
All of this is because of us. We roped you into it, and I never wanted for that, but maybe stay inside the paling for a little while. Keep your head low.
While you were saying this, he had gathered up one of your hands, claws clasped in his, and at the end of it, he just slaps that hand. Not one of you were the cause of any of these circumstances that have happened in the last few days. Do not put that burden on yourself. And if the burden you choose to bear is one of making a considerable difference, well, at least what I know of you, my son, there are no better that can. He lets go of your hand.
We'll be leaving soon. Will you be okay?
I'll be all right. I think Rax and I have a few things to catch up on. Listen, I know the guy pretty well. He'll come around.
He's an idiot.
I didn't say he wasn't.
He's a good guy, though.
Good guy with a broken jaw.
Anyway,
With a broken heart.
definitely.
To the rest of you, please bring my kobold back. I would very much like to see him again.
If Thauner doesn't return, I will be dead.
Please do your best to not get arrested or possessed.
Yeah, just stay right here.
I've been thinking about hiring a couple of part-timers and just
I think that'd be best.
Yeah.
right, yeah, they do their thing, and I, there's a little bit of an income cut. I don't need it right now. I've been saving pretty well, but
Oh yeah, I remember. Do I still have? I think episode 1. I took all of the money out of the tea shop safe.
you had in a sequential episode returned it.
Did I?
Yes.
What is happening? Why am I editing my character sheet? Let me see if I have it in my inventory. Okay, I don't.
I do believe you gave it back.
But
You said for safekeeping, but you didn't want to spend it because it was the tea shop when it reopened.
yeah, I pull out 100 gold and offer it over to Tyro just to cover some of the stuff while we're gone.
He takes it and he's like, kind of hefts it a little bit. Well, this will replace all the food that your big friend had been eating. Kind of eyes down a little bit.
We've been crashing here for a bit, so.
I don't have a problem with that. I don't, but like I said.
We can help back.
What was that?
I said, hopefully we can help back.
I mean, we freed him from prison, so there's that.
The Vidalcan's not wrong. That being said, we be underway. And take care. And make sure that we are not forgetting anything before we leave.
Like what?
I don't know. you guys typically forget a lot of things. And then you're like, oh, we forgot a thing. I'm just observing.
Sassy ass.
Was there something we told Amara we were gonna do? Or get Yilgot?
Oh yeah, no. I mean, I totally had a deal with Aorgot that we have not done, but you know,
We also owe a bunch of fruit to a bunch of bats, but
they'll find us.
Salvo, could I have like a couple silver pieces?
Do you not have any money?
I gave you all my money.
Oh. Sure.
Just a couple silver.
Here is 2 silver.
And I put the silver, or I give the silver to Tyro, either in one of his pockets or just put it on his hand gently and say, and you might want to get some bat repellent. Don't know, just in case.
Why?
I don't know.
Weird
That-
feeling.
He made friends with bats, and then he said that he would give bats food.
Stack.
What?
Why not? I'm asleep.
Stack might not know that. That was all spoken in
Do you
bat.
use any berries in your tea?
That was all
That
spoken
was
about.
spoken in bad.
Yeah,
Stack don't know shit.
But Xeris told us. He translated all of it.
I did.
yeah.
Or he did.
I'm still pretending to be passed out. Though.
Do you use berries in your tea?
I have a couple times, yes.
If a angry swarm of bats comes, offer them some berries and hopefully they leave.
I'll replace the
It's like a proverb, you know.
If it comes.
Oh,
yeah. Berry day keeps the bats away.
I think I'll write this in my book for later use.
Yeah. Trust me, I'm a doctor.
Well, the latter half is.
Apples are his worst
You don't
enemy.
mind if I take the intellectual property rights of that quote, do you?
Sure, slap it on a shirt. I don't care.
Certainly. Well, I think we must best be on. We were told to go back there in 30 minutes, but it's been about 25. 26.
27. 28. Stack.
No,
That's
time
okay.
doesn't move that quickly.
Let's go! And I start happily jogging.
We're just gonna ignore the D bag that's up there flying around. We're just gonna risk it.
Oh, the Sun Eater.
Oh yeah. No. Hopefully
Yeah.
he's not interested in us.
Am I familiar at all with the Sun Eater?
Anyone still got platinum on them?
You can give me a history check.
My inventory says I have one.
You see me kind of shake in my fake sleep.
With a 16, you've heard rumor of one called the Sun Eater. Never has he gone into the desert. And it is actually commonly said amongst the sand gnomes that you don't go west because the Sun Eater, that is the Sun Eater's domain. You stay in the east because the sun is always there until the longest night comes.
I do believe he claims the swamp is his domain.
If we just travel the correct path, we should be fine. I've got us covered.
We won't be depositing equipment in the swamp for the dragon.
No. Funny.
It's not like the dragon wants anything to do with us.
Do we have any cursed platinum on us?
Roscoe. Roscoe.
I go over and do a little bonk, bonk, bonk.
I go walk.
Passive investigation, you see the dagger on his belt.
Roscoa, I don't think it would be prudent that we leave the paling with the horribly cursed platinum.
All right, maybe I should go stash it in the Crinkle's wagon.
Wait, was that what you were trying to do the entire time?
That was one of the things I thought of.
Freaking twisted.
Taliver Bandersnatch III said that Crinkle was a arduous rival of his. We should do this.
Now he's down.
He didn't explain
or
himself.
Maybe somewhere where we can recover it and remove the taint. I
Not
do
here.
love that dagger.
Oh, I could just put some of the other cursed platinum I have. Oh, did you guys forget? You forget about that too.
Cursed platinum. What is this?
It's not so much cursed as it is imbued with black dragon essence and attracts them.
It's
Or at
not
least-
cursed, it's claimed.
And we don't know that it necessarily attracts them. We had it, we sensed black dragon energy, a black wormling tried to kill us.
It does.
It's causation versus correlation, but
I
yes.
chucked a bag of it at a wormling and it went straight for it like corn.
Corn is a
Dragons
thing
like
that
corn.
Yes. Corn is a thing that some livestock enjoys.
It's corn.
I'm aware, but like the big lump with knobs. Anyways,
You did have flesh at one point, right?
yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I know what corn is. Thank you.
They grow corn underground all the time.
Corn is underground.
Sundercorn.
Shall we go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
can't leave the dagger here.
Nope.
I don't think we should leave the dagger with them.
The Crinkles deserve it.
I'll stash it in the attic at Ale Gods.
That'll work.
It'll work.
That'll work. Well, we're headed there. Catch up with us wherever you leave it.
Yeah.
Alright.
As you guys all leave, Roscoe enters the tavern. It's very quiet. Nary a sleeping drunk about. You head up into the attic.
It's like 6 a.m.
As you get up into the attic, it's dusty, smelly, what you would expect. Plenty of places to hide the dagger and anything else that you would like.
The dagger and the flask, I keep I got like 18-ish just loose cursed platinum. I stashed half of it, so I keep 7 cursed platinum on me.
Okay. Go ahead and remove the rest from your inventory, please. You do that.
I do that.
And eventually, as you guys are... Go ahead.
I make my way to the Crinkles.
Oh, you're going to the Crinkles now. Okay. As you guys are more or less getting outfitted with a wagon that a very eccentric old tabaxi and a litter of small tabaxi kids are helping you guys getting settled up with, passive perception. JJ, you see a small shadow slinking over into the horse stables across the street. Roscoe, what are you doing at the Crinkles?
I want to see first. I want to check out. Do they have anything that looks like they've prepared? Is anything looks like it's set up, ready for an expedition?
What's your passive perception?
19?
Yours is higher now? Dang. You both see this. In fact, Salvo, you definitely recognize this as Roscoe. Roscoe.
I might be stealthing.
So you're stealthing, and it doesn't really matter what you roll in this circumstance.
Okay.
Out of the corner of their eyes,
fine,
they see you.
that's
You more or less break into these stables. You notice that their hours of operations are a couple hours later than Talavander's, and going in there, it's a stable. It smells. There's hay about, things, bridles and saddles hanging about, different beams. A lot of horses that are just kind of braying inside of their stalls. Nobody necessarily working right now, and true to your lie, they're not expecting a race.
There's no other. Doesn't look like they have any other expedition set up.
No. In fact, taking a quick survey of the room, there are 16 stalls. There are only 2 horses missing.
Roscoe's still pretty drunk. So I'm not gonna mess with those horses, but I am gonna the saddles, the strap that goes underneath the horse,
The girth.
the girth. Yeah, I want to slit them.
Okay.
Just the saddle, so that the saddles are not usable.
Gotcha. Sleight of hand or survival check, your choice.
That's messed up, bro.
It's better than putting the horse
Sleight
at
of
risk.
hand.
Uh-oh. That's not an artist that we're cleared to use. It was like 5 seconds.
Yeah, actually, I think it's like you get like 6 seconds before you do this. Like,
We're sorry, YouTube. We're sorry.
But also their name was Miko.
Micah.
Thank you. Thank you for the sample.
Yeah, I'll have to check them out.
We used
What'd you get,
that in parody.
Roscoe?
23.
23. Okay, with a 23, I don't know what I just clicked. Hello? Hello? I am so sorry. Sorry, with a 23, you more or less, and you're trying to do this to like every horse?
The saddles.
The saddles.
Not messing with the
The
horses.
girth of every saddle nearby to every horse.
Yeah.
Okay. You do so. Give me a dexterity saving throw, please.
16?
16 will do it. You almost did get bucked by one of the horses that were like 20 hands tall, jet black. Like you walked into their stable and they started like stamping their feet. You didn't care. You were like, it's fine, I got it. And it clipped it, and it turns around and tries to buck you. And just in the last half second, you dodge over it, bangs into the wall. And from there, you guys hear like an audible cracking sound from outside. And Roscoe, this to you, especially as a pirate, is a signal to leave.
I scramble out, like, I assume the stable's kind of open air, so I scramble out, like, a back hole in the wall.
Okay. Finding the back hole in the wall, you find a small loft where, like, there's some, like, a bedded straw area, a couple of trinkets and knickknacks, and a small locked chest.
Small enough to pick up?
Yeah?
Oh, I pick it up and I leave the cursed platinum.
So you pick up this small locked chest from the loft above the stables, and you leave the cursed platinum, and you return to your friends. Roscoe is scurrying forward with you guys with a small chest in his hand.
Really fucked up tooth fairy. The Roscoes cut your guts and steal your chest, but leave platinum.
I know, they probably fell
What
upon
was,
them and
what
were
was
like, oh.
this
You're gonna leave
place
another
called?
chest
The
out.
Crinkles.
Yeah.
What you got there, bud?
Yes, okay.
Loot.
I'm not even gonna ask. Hope it was worth it.
I don't know, I haven't opened it yet.
By this time, you guys see that a wagon is ready. The wheels have been affixed with terrain-defying equipment. There's more or less a rubberish type spring between the spokes of the wagon wheels. 2 horses attached to that. And then additionally, you had said a total of 6 horses, correct, Roscoe?
I told him that there were 7 of us going, so it was up to
But
him.
plus a wagon.
Yeah.
Okay, so you find outside of the 2 horses that are pulling the wagon, there are 4 other horses.
Well, I figured it would be however many can fit in the wagon, minus, or plus however many horses.
But you guys also said you would bring provisions.
And Hammy can't ride a horse, he's too heavy. Stack's probably too heavy for a horse. I'm a little small. I don't know if I can.
One's a little small.
I walk up to the biggest free horse and start
Put it on your back.
petting its mane and telepathically saying, "This is going to be a good partnership."
You walk up to a milky brown and white pinto. Go ahead and give me an animal handling check.
The animal handles you.
Let's see here.
You and I should probably be on the horses that are pulling the wagon.
I'm really tired and drunk. I might pass out in the back of the wagon.
I used all my lucky.
Roscoe, if I may be so bold, you're really tired and drunk. And you also had set the date for us to leave within less than an hour of us getting home.
I mean, you
This is your
kinda
fault.
Made this call.
So I should be the first to sleep. That's a good point, Stack.
I knew it. What'd you get on your animal handling check?
Synthetic 23, natural 20.
Synthetic.
What is that? Okay.
Natural.
Nat 20 with a 23?
Yes.
Okay. You hear back in your mind.
Inspiration.
Yeah, you do get inspiration from that. You hear back in your mind. Finally, a warrior worth my stride.
Oh.
You and I will make legends.
And I put my foot firmly in the stirrup and kick myself over, and I go, and you are a horse built for a champion such as I.
The sun's coming up.
Yep.
Muy elegante.
No, he left that out.
Oh yeah, I unbraid my hair.
Oh yes. He does have the long.
Yeah, you hear in your mind, unbraid mine. Unbraid my hair too.
Let our hair flow together.
And we ride.
They ride off without you guys. It looks amazing.
You never see
Not
me
even
again.
now.
It's
Like if we could end the campaign right here. And it was a beautiful time to do it.
Not even bad.
Later on, I hope you guys enjoyed all of Scales of Fate.
Yeah. The sun is rising. The end.
They slayed all the dragons. Just them two.
But no, okay. On the real. As you guys are leaving, we'll leave up to deliberation on who is on what horse when, other than obviously Leon and his pinto. Before you leave, as you guys are more or less leaving, the old man walks up and he says, "The Crinkles haven't even gotten up yet. We'll win this race yet."
Oh, don't worry. They're going to be slowed up for sure, mate.
Absolutely. Well, about that down payment, it'll be 450 gold up front.
You said that this was, in order to promote your shop.
Yeah, the wagon's own the house, but
Give me a second to open my savings. I start picking the lock of the chest that I'm holding. Fingers crossed.
roll a lock picking check.
Sleight of hand, right?
Yeah, sleight of hand. Are you proficient with thieves' tools? Do you have thieves' tools?
No. I punch it with a acid fist.
The classic move.
This was key.
You punch it with an acid fist. The top of it caves in. The wood begins to splinter and smoke and warp. And on the inside, you find a small doll.
I knew it was a doll.
You find a few shiny pebbles. And most curiously, you find a wrought iron key.
I got something better than gold. I've got the Crinkles' prized possessions and the key to their secret safe.
Give me a deception check.
That's solid. That's tempting.
13?
Oh no.
I don't have any inspiration. Me either. Downer, Mr. Wordy, you want to?
He looks at you and his eyes just get narrow, and you see that the nostrils on his snout just begin to wrinkle up, and he says, "This is a business."
I literally just stole this from their attic, dude.
Well, fuck the Crinkles anyway. Assuming you were friends with this one?
Never seen him.
And the one that rode off with my finest horse?
It's not your horse anymore.
Who's our finest warrior? Other than myself.
That horse is in good hands.
I need
Promise you that.
450 gold, kobold.
450 gold, huh? Is there any
Ride like the wind!
Is there any chance we can get another wagon thrown in for free? Clearly, we do not all fit in the one out there, and we need to rest. 450 gold, 2 wagons, and the horses you've offered.
And I'm keeping the key.
I don't deal with you anymore. Why would I give 2 wagons for free? You've already.
Because you've already given 1 for free. What's another one?
How many fit in one wagon?
Give me a persuasion check with disadvantage.
How many people fit in one wagon?
Up to 4 people, not including all your provisions and things.
Is that including
Like if it's an empty including the 2. Like there can be 2 people up front. 2 people can fit in with like a few provisions, but if you have it stocked full of provisions, like nobody can fit in the back.
Gotcha.
You said disadvantage?
Yep.
That one is stolen.
23.
You're the one that makes the horse's tail tea up front. You're Tyro's boy, right?
Strong word.
Give me one reason why you think that adding another wagon to this race will work enough for me to give it to you for free.
Because we think that this one has caused some trouble for the Crinkles, and we think that they plan to do the same. One of these wagons may not make it back. But if we have 2, our chances of making it to the finish line are better.
You guys hear across the street, just kind of behind some wooden walls and stalls, like, hey, what's going on? What the fuck is happening here? There's something happening with the... He looks over all nervous.
We're running out of time.
Time is of the essence.
I can't outfit a wagon too much post haste, but I can. The Crinkles will catch up to us. I can tell you of a name of a man who tames wild horses. I can't give you another wagon. I don't have another wagon.
I don't need more horses.
All right. Well, that is the best I can do.
I'll take the name.
And we're not giving you 450.
I
will promise not to tell everyone that the Crinkles beat you.
How much gold does everyone have? We don't have much left
I mean, I have
collectively.
quite
I have
a lot of gold.
192.
50.
50.
I have 330.
You bitch.
I don't buy anything but sausages and drink.
Steal everything else that you want.
Well, then
So only weapons I need to get is these.
I
two.
basically haven't spent anything from the spoils, but I just don't know how much exactly that is.
You should have quite a bit.
Yeah.
It's like over 1,000 if you've.
Yeah, if you've spent nothing, over 1,000.
Yeah.
It's like 11 or 1,200, close to 12, I think.
Yeah.
From what?
Before the
We all got like 900 and something.
We'll revisit this off camera, but let's go ahead and say that Thalner also has more gold than he anticipated.
Yeah, I don't think I put that in my inventory.
Ever? All the gold and
Because like
silver.
I spent like
It's
600
silver
on
bars.
beans.
No, but we also got a fuck ton of coinage.
Yeah.
From Amara.
We pay the man. We pay the man.
You pay the man?
We pay the man.
Okay, you pay the man.
I pay him 400 and say, this is it. This is all I have.
Yeah, I spent 1,000 on mithril armor and I still have 50.
Okay.
Okay, I've
So,
not bought anything.
You pay him, and more or less this is for what you've already procured. And he tells you, I don't have another wagon, but if you want to win this race, as you should, because I've been giving you this wagon gratis, you need to go! Now! The wagon starts moving.
I jump in the wagon. I paid for it. I'm sleeping in it.
Facts. Who is taking horses other than Leon? JJ, Salvo.
3 per wagon. Oh wait, we have.
There's 2 horses on the wagon, and there's a total of 6 horses, so 4 horses are free. One of them was taken by Leon, so 3 horses are left over.
So they can ride 2, he's driving, we're in the wagon, and 1 horse is tied up to the back of the wagon as backup.
Okay, cool. I mean, that's
I
a
pictured
viable thing.
I pictured it mounted like a car with a bike mount.
Just hanging off the head. Feet dangling like a wheel spinning.
It's like when the RV is towing the car that they drive.
That is a viable thing. And You guys more or less
free range riding.
It takes you a little while, but you catch up to Leon, who on his Pinto has just been bolting it down through the city. You guys pass through the southern gate. You see a couple of justices of the peace, like rubbing the sand out of their eyes, looking at the rest of you as you pass by, like, oh, wait, hey! But just everybody passing through the gates. Heading down the mountainside, you guys look out, and before you, over the horizon.
Real quick. As we're passing through the gates, I'm going to shout, "The race has begun!"
Okay, just give me a general charisma check.
Just in case they go question the guy, he'll be like, "Yeah, the race." $11.
Okay.
Starting gun sound.
JJ takes out and shoots. Okay, so you guys all book it out of the southern gates, and we're going to do something today that we have never before done on Scales of Fate. We're taking a second break.
Ooh.
And we're going to come back to the table.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Second break!
Second break!
Hey guys,
Well,
drink
that
some more
second
water.
break.
Yeah, drink water, eat
Yes.
food.
Water.
Yes. And as your friends
Spicy.
all
He
make
said
their way
second.
out into the big wide world, we will be back in 15 minutes. And welcome back to Scales of Fate.
Break 2.
Break 2, a new thing for our stream.
Part 3. The episode.
Part 3 of the episode. So, you guys begin traveling north on the road descending the mountain. It is a mildly trepidous travel, but the horses know these paths very well. Especially the Pinto Leon rides ahead of the pack.
So I would ride about 30 feet ahead of the person behind me, and I would keep a link to the person behind me, if that's okay.
I'll allow it.
Okay.
As you guys begin riding, considering Leon is in this moment the point of the order, Leon, will you please give me a perception check?
Well, that was a nat one.
I was about to say, it looks like
So-
one from over here.
I have a. I mean, I think it's like +3, but it
He's
doesn't
combing
matter.
his hair and the mane of the horse.
Not actually looking
Oh,
for
no, it's flat. It's
Yeah.
flat. So 1.
Okay, so with that, more or less, it literally feels like the thrill of the hunt to you. You are finally leaving the city. You have finally found the friends to exact vengeance upon the chromatic scales, and you are riding a brilliant steed that leads the charge of the pack. What you don't see is as you guys make it towards the base of the mountain, we're more or less accelerating time as it goes. You make it towards the base of the mountain to the north, and a few miles off, hazy in the distance, is the forest to the east, and a few miles off to the west, you see the land becomes blackened, gray, and dark. The rainy clouds from the night prior has been moving steadily towards the west. You guys hear a few screeches, but resonating off of rocky walls nowhere near you. Through those screeches, everybody give me a perception check.
$15.
19.
21.
15.
12.
10.
10 and 12, you look over in that direction, and you see what appears to be mildly a swarm of blackened wings. With the 15, you guys notice that there is a clutch a cluster of smaller in stature black dragons riding on the wind. With a 19, you notice that they are heading towards Drakehaven. And with a 21, you notice that it intuitively to you does not seem to be an assault. Roscoe, you see what appears to be a cluster of black dragons hunting in the early morning and heading in an area nearby to Drakehaven. They are not assaulting you or approaching you, and it seems that they have not noticed you.
Man, we seem to be doing all right. There's a swarm over there. But,
Yeah, I see them. They're literally headed toward the city.
No. They're not going to the city. They're off going for breakfast.
These are too small to interest me.
Now you're getting picky.
I was about to say, a dragon used to be a dragon. What's our or like who's in the cart with me? You
Roscoe and Thalner.
And Stack.
two? So you two
And
are
Stack.
okay, and then you two are on horses.
That was yes.
Just keep
So-
going. We'll be right. We're fine.
I was about to say, my question here, do you guys continue?
I vote yes.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys continue on your way. And as we travel, we're going to go ahead and basically fast forward time. During this time, it will take you roughly 4 days to get to the desert. Who would like to be the person that navigates this caravan?
I have proficiency in vehicles,
Okay.
Is that
if that helps.
Yeah.
carry over to navigation?
I know I just made it here from the desert.
And he
so
also knows
that's-
exactly where the desert is.
That
So,
makes sense.
go ahead and give me a survival check with advantage.
Counterpoint. I just did this.
If you are not proficient in survival, go ahead and add that.
I am. 17.
Okay. With a 17, you guys pass throughout the land unscathed, following the river that flows from one of the northern mountains, far past the plains and the dunes. Eventually, you cross said river, about 40 feet in length. Not too wide, but wide enough to make it known that the wagon will not be able to pass from here.
Ford the river.
Yes. The wagon cannot pass the river from here. What do you guys do?
Can't we do the Oregon Trail shit and like try and float it across?
If you can describe it to me in a way that makes sense.
You remove the wheels, you add buoyancy, and then you use it as a small raft.
Okay. I will say that Roscoe's idea paired with Salvo's ingenuity. The one of the two of you may make me a survival check with advantage.
I'll walk on the water
plus
underneath.
+3.
Go for it.
I'll allow that to be a +2
Sweet.
on top of whatever is rolled.
Thank you.
Okay.
Is there a possibility if we both roll one? Just have lucky.
Do you have any luckies left?
Do
you have good survival?
Yeah, I've long rested because it's taken us a while to get to this river.
Always lucky. We're stacking up some good stuff here, I'd say.
Did it take us longer than 7 hours to get to the river?
I would say that Thalner and Roscoe have long rested. The rest of you have not.
Do your long rest.
I already did.
Yeah, will you let us each roll one then, I guess?
Sure.
+2?
Yeah.
+2 plus whatever your survival is.
proficiency or whatever.
18.
Can you tell us if that passes or?
What did you get?
I only got a 10, but
So
I
you
can.
can't use your lucky on yours, right?
I I totally can. What are you talking about?
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant his. But yeah.
No, I can't use it on his.
Gotcha.
Your decision. Let it stand or let it roll.
I'm gonna use a lucky.
Okay.
Artificial 20.
Okay. You guys do indeed, after a few moments of being able to figure out how to detach said wheels, add them to the wagon, your Warforged friend here essentially helping guide the caravan throughout the river. You guys,
the wheels in the water.
yes, there you go. You guys do make the wagon across the river. And you do lose a little bit of time on the headway, but you reattach the wheels and you still have the wagon heading east. From here, we're now on to day 2.
I thought we were going west.
No, we're going east.
Southeast.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Northeast.
Well, I'm not leading.
What?
I keep thinking that too. Just
I promise, I'll try to promise realistically, I would like to have a continental map for you guys by next session.
Well, I thought,
But
the mountains were to the northeast, the ones with all the good stuff.
there are different mountain ranges. More
case.
the Cathod.
We're heading
Mountains do
towards the
not-
desert.
Yes.
It's like the mountain towns are up here, the desert's right here.
But here's the real question:
Green's way.
how are we doing compared to the Crinkles?
Yeah. Do we see them behind us at all?
You have not seen hide nor hair of a crinkle in pursuit.
Dude, good.
I shout out the really long name of our proprietor.
It's on the side of the wagon.
I can't read that well.
Talver Bandersnatch the Third.
Talver
Yes.
Vandersnatch the third.
You shout that out. Day 1 has passed. Day 2. I would like someone, doesn't matter who, to roll a flat d20. Who feels the luckiest?
Someone else can.
Nope, it's too late. What did you get?
I got a 4.
4.
Oh man.
Okay. As you guys begin heading toward the forest line that separates the desertous area from the plains that you are now in, which leaving towards the end of the day, you hear drums. And it sounds like they are reverberating off of the tree lines in front of you. And as you guys approach this tree line, you hear a screech deep within the forest. Intuitively, you taking point, Leon, hearing this, as you've heard it before, you pull back on the reins. These are the wild, weird folk that inhabit the forest. And as you register that, the rest of your caravan slows, but not before an arrow sails through the sky and lands 10 feet in front of Leon. And from there, that's where we will end session.
So dramatic. The wild, weird folk.
Well, the wild things are.
They better not touch my beanie.
Is that what you've named your?
You hear in your
My
mind,
pinto.
Beanie is just...
You could have asked him what his name was.
Yeah, you could ask them.
If you refer to me as Beanie, I do not accept.
He deserves a
The
much grander name.
Champion determines that.
Okay, so that is going to be where we pick up with the arrow being sailed from the forest edge and the wild and weird folk. That being said, we will see you guys next Monday, and I'm going to go ahead and say up front, we do not plan on streaming Halloween Day. We are going to take a break on the Monday of Halloween, being the 31st. So you will see us next week. And then we will take a brief break, albeit we will still have some content to release to you, just not a stream. So, with that being said, does anyone have anything that they would like to say to our viewers and listeners?
We love you.
We love you.
Thank you for being here.
Share to your friends.
And drink water.
Drink plenty of water.
Water.
What's with this health kick?
All right, guys. See you next Monday. Adios.
Bye-bye.